gentlemen, take your seats. We'll proceed with our press conference at this time. He's the promoter for Carl Froch, Mr. Eddie Hearn.
Thank you, Jimmy. It's been a long 24 hours from us. We've just come from our first stop of the press tour at our headquarters, just in London. And I think I'm so glad that this fight has, we've conducted this press tour for Showtime because an event of this magnitude needs it. We start in London, we're in New York today, and we go to Oakland tomorrow. And I think that just goes to show you the size of this fight. In sport, every now and again, something comes along that's a little bit special. And what the Super Six has done and what Ken has done is to really throw away all the problems in boxing, in the politics, and put together and make sure that the best in the division fight the very best. And that's something that I think the sport has been missing over the last few years. It's something that we believe in, and when we got involved with Carl and the Super Six, we were just delighted to do so. And I think the finalists that we have here just show you that really the two best fighters have made the final. This is a huge fight for the UK, a huge fight for Carl Froch. Carl is firmly established now as Britain's #1 pound-for-pound fighter. We're delighted to team up with Sky, who will be showing the fight live. And really, from our point of view, Carl is a man who has never really been given anything on a plate. He's had to continuously go away from home to do the impossible. And I think that's what the British fans really appreciate about our man. And time again, he's fought tough opponents away from home. And we're doing it again in Atlantic City. We were there for the Glencoff Johnson fight. We're delighted to be back with Aaron and with Caesars. And we're looking forward to getting the job done. Carl Froch has got big plans in this division. We know the challenge in Andre Ward. He's a hell of a fighter. It's a huge fight. But as he said to me at breakfast this morning, he said, there's no way I'm letting go of that belt. It means everything to him. And to capture the WBC, the WBA, the Ring Magazine belt, and of course the Super Six Cup would mean everything to a guy who's really had to go and do everything himself throughout his entire career. I'm very proud to represent him. I'm very proud to be involved with this show and this fight. And I promise you on October the 29th, you're going to see one of the great fights in boxing history. Thanks for coming, and I hope you support the fight. To introduce my fighter, the one and only legendary Carl Froch.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank Eddie. He helped me in my last fight, and he's played a big part in involvement in this next fight for me. He's took a lot of pressure off me, and he's done a fantastic job. Big thanks to Showtime for putting this tournament together. Of course, without Showtime, none of this would be happening. It's been a wonderful and exciting journey for me, with mixed emotions along the way. I've defended my title, I've lost my title, I've won my title back, and I've had some epic battles during this tournament. Another couple of epic battles actually before the tournament. So I have, like Eddie said, had a run of very tough fights. But that's why I'm in the business. That's why I'm in the sport, because I enjoy fighting at the top level. And I'm just really looking forward to coming back to Atlantic City, October 29th, to be part of the final of the biggest tournament in world boxing, defend my WBC title, and take away the WBA title from a man who deserves to be WBA champion. He's a great champion, he's a great fighter, I've got a lot of respect for him, but I'm coming on the 29th to do a job. Thank you very much.
Sounded like you guys gave Eddie a bigger hand than us. Come on, get that clap meter going, will you? Before I go into the tournament and all the great aspects of this, I want to acknowledge a few people. I know Virgil Hunter, the longtime mentor and trainer of Andre, wanted to be out here. He's getting ready for the press conference in Oakland, though. Wanted to say a quick hello to Virg. Also, James Prince, the manager of Andre Ward, someone that discovered Andre many years before he turned professional. And my partner with Andre, Antonio Leonard, who's out there today. Where are you, Antonio? Right there with the New York hat on, you guys. So he's a New Yorker today. For the tournament, you know, I've heard all the good things that have been said, and they're all accurate. But what really comes to my gut is something that's more than accurate, something that I'm striving for, and I see that there's various executives that are striving for the growth of our sport. We've got a great fan base. The fans come out for the big fights. The key is, though, is that Ken, and this one's directed to you, is getting this Super 6 format together was quite the chore. Being involved in it for the past 2 years, I know the hell you went through, but to get the 6 preeminent fighters in the world to pre-agree to fighting one another in this tournament format, this is like no other tournament we've seen in the history of our sport. There have been tournaments in other weight divisions before. This was not a do-or-die situation, as you saw in the Showtime preview show. You heard Ken say losing wasn't in contrast to being great. Carl Froch is certainly someone that epitomizes that statement, because he did lose his title and he came back to regain it. And that was what this tournament offered, a chance for the 6 best to fight one another and not having a loss cause the end of your career. And October 29th, when we go for this cup, this Showtime Super 6 Cup, I think it's the start of revolutionizing or modernizing our sport. We've seen it in other sports as the years gone on. The traditionalists would sit back and scoff at it when a 35-second clock was brought into the NBA, or is it 25-second clock? 24-second. I knew it was something like that, Ken. I just wanted to make you, you know, the hero on answering that one. And then the 30-foot three-point line. You know, these are all things that the traditionalists scoffed at, but these are the things that I think that we need to continue doing, the forward thinking, to make our sport as great a one as it is. October 29th, we're looking forward to Andre going to that next level. As we know, accomplishing the gold medal is only part of it. He did that. It's been a tough trick for any of our Americans to do in the past 15, 20 years. Andre did it. And he's on the path right now for that greatness. And the greatness only comes from fighting people like Carl Froch. We all know it's a tough fight, but that's what brings out the ability and the greatness in a fighter. As far as ticket sales, Ken Condon spoke on it a little, and right now we did have a pre-sale that we went out to, and the fans have been gobbling it up. We go on sale to the public on Friday. The box office manager, and I hope you don't mind me mentioning this, I'm glad you didn't, you said everything else about this promotion, but you missed this one, and it, you know, made me feel great, because as I told Andre, it'll be great to have him fight on the East Coast. But the box office manager said he hasn't had this type of response from fans, emails, calls about when the tickets go on sale since Arturo Gatti was fighting at the historic Boardwalk Hall. So we're very optimistic that we're going to sell this place out. And there's no reason why we shouldn't, because we've got 2 great athletes in there. I know 2 of them that don't want to give up their belts. Jimmy, that's before I get to Andre, I just wanted to say we appreciate the great work you do and the class that you bring to boxing and to this network, and your dad is proud as punch through all the great years. Jimmy Lennon. Well, you know, I've been talking a lot about the Super 6. Now I want to talk 2 minutes about Andre Ward. He's an exceptional person in and out of that ring, someone that we're very proud of. And one of the things that he said to me yesterday, and which really is hits everything on the nose as far as his knowledge of the sport and the business, and how you should prepare yourself and handle yourself as the years go on and you progress up that ladder. And I said to him, I said, Andre, what are you, a 27-year-old? What do you know? He goes, hey, I'm a 27-year-old going on 45. And what that meant to me was that he's got this uncanny ability to understand that the easy part was getting there. The hard part is staying. And that's why he's a dedicated sacrifice athlete. We're very, very proud to be a part of Andre Ward because he does know a lot. And he's learning constantly. And when that bell rings, you'll see that there won't be one backward step with Andre Ward. And when he gets out of that ring, you'll see the classy man that he is. I'm very proud to be associated with you, Andre. Our last Olympic gold medalist from the 2004 Olympics out in Greece. A man that's making his debut out in Atlantic City, one of the most historic buildings in boxing. Don Marandino, the president of Caesars, Harrah's, is revitalized that town. We were just out there recently for another fight. You're going to have a great time. I want to introduce him. He's the WBA super middleweight champion, the 2004 Olympic gold medalist, and what I'm going to say now, he's going to be the victor of the inaugural Super 6 Tournament Cup. Andre Ward.
All right, Ward. All right.
Maybe I already wore out that battery.
Thank you, Dan. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Everybody, of course, both promoters, Showtime, everybody who is just involved with this tremendous event. Before I start, a reporter asked me yesterday about the ups and downs of this tournament, and I really got to thinking, and I said, you know what, I don't know if this finals and if this tournament would be what it is if we didn't have those bumps in the road. Sometimes it makes you appreciate things a lot more when you go through things, and I think it's just a testament to the fact that this is real life. The fighters, we're in a real situation. Injuries happen, and we're in a sport like boxing where obviously anything can happen. But it also speaks to the fortitude of our promoters, to the fighters, and also Ken Hirschman and his team for bouncing back. People say it's not about falling down, it's how you get up and how you bounce back, and they've done a tremendous job. And there's been several times throughout this tournament where I thought it's over, and I get a call and say it's back on. So I just want to take my hat off to those guys and say, don't get frustrated with the process. It's part of it, and that's what makes this final what it is today. I'm happy to be here in New York. All big fights get an opportunity to bring a press conference here to this city, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I take nothing away from Carl Froch. I believe he's a competitor. Of course, he wants to keep his belt. He wants to continue to build his reputation and, of course, win this tournament. Well, I feel the same way. And if he feels like October 29th is going to be his night and he says he's not letting go of his title, and I feel the same way about mine, it should be a tremendous night of boxing. May the best man win. Thank you.